Hello, how you doing? My name is George Lawfrey, and we're going to do another movie review on the 300. Well, it's actually called 300. It's not the 300. It's called 300. Anyway, so it's a 2007 movie, an hour and a half, 56 minutes long, so basically 2 hours. Um, it's based on a graphic novel, 300. Uh, what is it? 4800 BC, Battle of the Thermopylae. Anyway, the the Romans and all the other factions around the area decided they wanted to come after the 300 because they wouldn't join the army because the group or the civilization decided they didn't want to fight. They wanted to stay there with their kids, their families. They're overtrained warriors. They got a lot of mysticism running around the system, running around their um, uh, civilization. I guess they've got the council of elders where they go in and meet on a Roman type platform. So they say no to the king, and then they end up having to go defend themselves against the Roman Empire. So they go walking down the beach towards the Roman Empire and decide to set themselves up a kill zone on the beach and in the caverns, which is the only way into the only end way the city, the 300 cities at. So they end up setting a blockade up, and they took on the first wave, which was probably thousands, 2 or 3 thousands, and they won. They killed them all. It's kind of a war movie. What do they call it? They call it action drama. It's kind of a war movie too, so it's pretty good. They so they end up fighting, and once they get through fighting, they go ahead and build walls out of the bodies so they can hide themselves in it or on it, around it. So when the next guy comes along on his platform with his army, they can decimate him and tear him all up too, and then they try to go over the top. They fight arrows, fly arrows. It's a pretty good little clip. I've given it a 5 because I like it. 5 stars. Um, yeah, the special effects in this are pretty good. The um, what do you want to call it? The plot to the movie is really good. It keeps you going, keeps you interesting, keeps you interested in the movie. It's got lots and lots of actions, lots of plot twists, lots of changes, lots of drama. Like her waiting for his wife, waiting for him to come home, and families waiting for the men to come back home, and well, the 300 ended up winning the whole fight. And um, it turned out to be an interesting, kind of crazy movie, but it was interesting. You like that kind of thing, testosterone-filled movies. It's pretty good. So sometime while the guys were fighting, the wife had to go to the council and try to get the council to send more reinforcements, and they didn't want to. So she did things that she shouldn't have, and played politics and got the person that was responsible for all this happening and everything that they were going through happening. They got him taken care of, and he got thrown into the pit. And yeah, back at the beginning of the movie, the guy that the I guess you call it the king of the area went and pushed off all the tax collectors, Roman soldiers, trying to force them to go into the war or whatever it was they're trying to get them to do. They pushed them off into the pit of doom. Big black hole with concrete things around it, according to the movie. Anyway, so that was pretty good. So they ended up winning the fights that they were all in, arguments, war. They even found a hunchback to help them with the lookouts and all that. I can't remember the name of the city they were suspect protecting, but it was pretty interesting. I kind of liked it. So um, they were using swords, spears, and shields to do the fighting. There was no weapons as we know them, where powder fueled, where they go boom. None of that in this movie. So they had to do a lot of special effects to make this movie work. I kind of like it, so I suggest you get it and watch it, even though it's from 2007. But for the collection, and I'm trying to do the whole collection, so to see what's going on. Hopefully by now I'm getting more than 40 or 50 views per video a day. Anyway, so if you like the content you've seen so far, you got to go ahead and subscribe and take care of all that fun stuff. Anyway, so we'll see you at the next video we're going to talk about, and we'll talk at you later. Bye now.